Hey guys, this is David O. Making a video. It's been a while since I've made a video. This is a tech video based off of things I'm taking to a trip to northern Florida and Texas. Based off a couple of things I'll be doing. It's some drone, some photography, some video stuff. So I'm going to show you what I bring. Some of it underwater as well. So this is a table. It's going to be a slow scan so you can see everything, and then I'll talk about some of the things. Try to make this video under 5 minutes, which I highly doubt will happen. Okay. So as you can see, I'm just scan over it, and like I said, I'll talk about everything after. I'm also recording on my GoPro, the session 5, because I wanted to keep this camera right here. And then I also have to charge the batteries for this. I charge the batteries for everything, but just a quick scan. And I want to start from left to right. Correction, right to left, because I want to put this case down. So this case is made by Pelican. I purchased it separately for my water housing from SPL. This is actually a custom water housing. I had spoke to the guy through email in reference to making a design, and I told him the lens that I wanted. So he advised I'd ship the lenses that I planned on using so that he could make the housing specific for that. And that's the reason why the bubble's at this length. And actually, you see this? He made it that length. But it's a great housing, and it functions pretty well. It's fairly affordable too for what I wanted to do, because I don't do diving, I snorkel, so this actually works for that. It'll be advertised mainly for like waves and stuff like that, and surfing. We're gonna record people who surf, but it also does light snorkeling. You know, I don't go past like 15 to 20 feet, because by then my ear hurts and I'm not in the greatest of shape to hold my breath that long, so it works just fine for what I do. A couple of things that I have in here too is going to be the RAM mount stuff that I use for my GoPro, just to mount it to different places. This right here is for the, believe it or not, the GoPro 2. I still use that for underwater recording. That's the reason why there's a red lens here for like seawater and the deeper dives that I do. This is the filter that I'm using. UR Pro color correction. I believe it says it on here where I got it from. I got it from Snake River Products. They actually had this on sale for there. I don't know if they still sell it, but it's a good product. Just like I said, it's the other odds and ends. It's the handle that this comes with a trigger that you can connect it. It lets you go ahead and I think take pictures, and through the functions you can make it actually record. The reason I got this case is because, well, if you plan on taking this underwater housing on a boat, it makes sense to have something that's waterproof and water resistant. If this goes overboard, it's sealed all the way, so it's not going to sink, and I can grab it right out the water. So it has a handle here and a handle here. Once again, it's the Pelican. Turn around so you can see what it is. The Pelican 1510 case. It's just the right size for what I do. I like it. I can also actually fit my camera in here, and some lenses. The lenses that I carry will fit in here. Okay, since we're talking about lenses and the camera, I'm going to show you the camera that I use. It's the Sony A7S Mark II. Love this camera. It's not, you know, it's not the R7. Oh, you know, R7 II with the megapixels. It is 12 megapixels, but it's great for low light, and I like it for what I use it for. I don't get too crazy with it. So this is the camera that I use for the underwater housing. Most of my recordings are usually on here. And I'll show you some of the lenses that I use. So when I sent out the lens, I sent out this lens, if I'm not mistaken. You see it's a fisheye lens. It gets a lot more. It's, the way it's designed, you get a lot under the water. You can see a lot of things. So I thought it was pretty cool to use this. And on top of that, I also requested for my 55mm right here to be able to use this underwater. And that's, they went ahead and they had them both function pretty well. This isn't a lens on its own. It's actually an attachment to this lens right here. And see, this is the FE 2 by 28. Just basically 2.0 to 28. That's how far it gets an aperture. But coolest part about it, like I said, it's an attachment. You take this off, and then you screw that on here. At a certain point, you lock it in place, and you get to use that. So you have more than one lens. Instead of it being one lens, it's two lenses. And then cool part is I also have this lens, which also connects. So it's basically 3 lenses in one. But this is the ultra wide converter. So this you could use underwater too, but I like the effect that this one gives. It's pretty funky. But this gives a similar design. It's just not as like, I guess that bowl look that you get with this one. Okay. Another lens that I'm bringing is my macro lens. It's not, I didn't get crazy and spend all kinds of money on a macro lens. But this macro lens does a job for me on what I like to do, you know. There are better ones out there, but I like this one. This is the FE 2.850 macro. And I'm going to have all this linked up on the bottom, like all of this stuff. It'll take a while for me to put this video up and the links because, like I said, this is all going to end up on the YouTube links, so you have access to everything that's on here. Okay, this one, it's actually not a lens, but I do carry this with me. The reason why I carry this with me, and it's not, I don't use it for, it is a mug, but I actually use it when I'm bringing money on with me. I put my money in here, and I close it off, and I can put it in with my camera gear, so that, you know, I don't have to worry about anyone taking my stuff. Now, if the whole bag goes in, yeah, the money goes with it, but that bag basically goes everywhere with me when I'm on a trip. Like, you know, like my clothes stays. Most of my gear tends to stay, but I'll try to take my camera bag, which is a Thule bag or a Thule, depending on how you want to say it, because it carries a lot of gear. And it's an incredible bag. It's one of my favorite bags that I have so far. But here are some just extra covers for some of the lenses that are here. It's probably for this one, for that, and then the camera itself. I carry that with me. These bags, most of the time they don't get placed in here. Depending on what kind of trip I do, then they will, but most of the times these just come with me in case I want to put them in there. You got the covers as well. Alright, this is another piece, a bottle piece that I use. It's by Peak Design. It's kind of probably hard to see. The way that it's designed is you clip this onto your belt, or like I have it actually attached to the backpack strap through here on this back piece. And what that allows is for you to carry multiple lenses. The way I go about it is sometimes I have just one lens on here, so I can have a free port open. So when I take the lens off of here, I slap it onto the free spot, spin this around, and then I could use the lens that I'm currently carrying on here, which helps out a lot. That, or if you have an extra hand, I could see you could actually use this with two lenses, one lens here, and you're carrying one lens on the actual camera. But comfort-wise, you're gonna have to hand that lens off to someone else so that you're not dropping anything. So it's doable, but I prefer, like I said, having one lens on here instead of two, because you can flip it around easier. Another product that I'm using for my camera are these lights. It's the Rotolight. You can see here. This Rotolight comes with its own carrying case and some chargers and some wall mounts. It's not a charger, but you can actually power this without batteries. This works off of double-A batteries that go back in here. I want to say it's 6, I think in total, but off the top of my head, I don't remember exactly how many. Cool part is you can take this part off and put other filters here, so you can change the light settings and stuff. When you turn this on, like I'll do now, watch. See, it has different settings. I don't know if you can capture this, but it has different settings. So you go from one brightness, from pretty dim to pretty bright, and you can also change. See what I'm changing. I'm not too sure what I'm changing right now. Okay, there you go. Yeah, how cool the light is. So how bright it is. See if the GoPro picks it up. So yeah, I carry this with me, and it's kind of like a focused light. It spreads some light, but when you're pointing on an actual focused point, it gives you pretty good light on that specific subject. Where this light, I got it from Adafruit.com. It's the LuxPad 22 by Nangon. It's pretty decent light. I got this one before I got the Rotolight, and I use this to set off like the background. I provide light with the background on this specific light. That's why I like this one for that. It's not as focused as this one. This one spreads out more, but it's pretty neat. Something else that I would suggest carrying that I'm bringing with me, which I rarely ever use, but in the chances that someone else is holding my camera, I'll attach this lanyard right here so that the camera could hang, you know, or let's say I'm flying the drone, I could have this hang on my neck and not have to worry about it and having someone else carry it. I also have this handle here made by Peak Design. It helps out because if you gotta like do something, it's there, you know. You could actually just put it in place with one hand like I did, and you're able to go, and you could just not have to stress about it falling off because it's going to be connected to your hand regardless. Great company. They make all kinds of things, bags, you name it. On to the next product that I bring with me that I think is a pretty big deal is this right here. It's called the 3-legged thing, the Evil Punks. This is the Evil Punks version. It's shorter than the average ones, but it's a pretty good height. I want to say it's 54 inches. If anything, I'll correct myself and I'll add it into the links as well. But It's just very portable. Since the legs collapse this way, you could fold it up really nice. It sits on the side of my bag, and then as you can see, you could actually lock it in place in different angles. So you get pretty extremely low. That's what I love about it. It comes with a really good head too. It's nice and smooth, and everything functions so well. It's easy to fold away. On here, you can see one of the RAM mount connections that I have on here. Sometimes I put the GoPro to that if I'm recording something, or if I'm taking pictures and I want to like talk about something. I'll use that video footage to just record. A couple of other things that I bring for my bag, for my camera. I mean, this kit, I'm not gonna open it, but it's a cleaning kit. It comes with a lot of stuff to clean your see, it says Ultra. It brings a lot of wiping pads, some alcohol solvents, the pump, all kinds of things like that to clean your camera's lens and the actual sensor itself. I use this to clean the sensor. Last thing you want to do is damage it and use some funky stuff. This is kind of like a gel. You press it down and bring it up, and that'll capture any debris that's on the actual sensor itself. So you don't have to stressing out about that. Okay, so these are the batteries. Obviously for this, it uses, what kind of batteries is this? Leon, but it should be, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a Canon size battery or something like that. But bring these. I bring the charger with it too, so I could charge it, which I actually place in here. It's called in case. This came from a bag that I purchased for my camera gear. Found out the bag was way too small. It was one strap, and if you put too much weight into the bag, the strap would actually come loose, and it was just constant pain to actually adjust. And I like the fact that it was one strap, but I couldn't deal with the fact that it kept falling apart on me. So I kept this, and I was able to give the bag to my cousin, who utilizes it for like gym gear. He says he likes it because it's a good size for him. Okay, this right here is a battery pack that I bring with me. It's great. It charges my phone a bunch of times. I took this to Vegas. I was able to charge, I think, 13 phones. Like, the amount of times I charged it before I had to charge this was just, it felt like it was endless. It was never ending, but it worked out for everybody. Nobody expected me to bring that, so it worked out when we were on a road trip and realized nobody had car chargers. This little gem right here, it's a Road Trip by CyberPower. It's 175 watts peak. I mean, mind you don't want to get that high. These are just double-sided tape that I just strap things onto. But this is great for simple things. You want to charge your laptop or any of this gear that doesn't have like a cigarette lighter setup, you would use this. It works extremely well. It's not noisy either, so I like it. But if you want like power intensive things like your camera, not your camera, your TV or something like that, you definitely want to go with something bigger. But this works perfect for the gear that I'm carrying, and the chances that I don't have enough outlets for a charger. So that's what I like to use. Now let's go on to the actual drones. I'm bringing the Mavic Pro with 3 sets of battery. I was able to purchase the Mavic Pro. It came in later than most people, but I love it because it does come with 3 batteries, and you get to see how fast you'll use those batteries. So that's great. This is the car charger that came with the kit itself. Just a regular wall outlet charger. This right here actually covers the camera on the drone, but this little clip right here is so sensitive it broke. So what I end up doing is I put it here, and then I'll use just regular like 3M tape just to hold it in place, so when it's in the bag, my camera's not bouncing around hitting anything. The handles, obviously all these cables that you see here are just different cables. I like to do this when I go on long trips so I don't forget anything, because trust me, I've forgotten things, and then it's upsetting having to go purchase something you already own for something you could have just brought with yourself. Especially batteries. The last thing I want to do is forget batteries or the charger for the batteries. Okay. Another item I'm bringing, see if you get it, is these LumaCube lights. They're powerful. I love them. They're nice and small. They work extremely well. I got this from Amazon itself. It came with 2, and it comes with these mounts for the actual the drone. This is the Phantom 4 Pro Plus, and it connects to the legs on here. You're able to use these through Bluetooth, but what I just do is I turn them on and then I use it. I don't fly at night because you're not supposed to, but if you're like flying into a cave or something like that where you need lighting, this works really well. So that's the reason why I'm bringing them, because I'm gonna try to go to Devil's Den and see what kind of permission I need to fly in there. And when I go through the hole, it's gonna look dark, but with these lights, it'll help adjust with the lighting. So before I skip over to the other drone, I also have well, this iPhone case. Obviously I'm using an iPhone, but sometimes this little nude Bluetooth has speakers on both sides. I got this during a Kickstarter. I don't know if they're still around, but if they are, it's great to use. It's water resistant. The thing is loud for as small as it is, and it lasts quite a while. Okay, so I'm gonna go over to this drone right here. See, like I said, it's a Phantom 4 Pro Plus. I was able to purchase this online. It's a battery charger for multiple batteries. Unfortunately, I only have one battery, and that was only because before this trip I was gonna buy 2 more, but the Phantom Pro Plus has been acting up. When I first got it out of the package, it was only flying a certain distance, and then I would lose reception. I'm still dealing with the company, but I know that I could fly at least up to what was it? I think it was like 600 feet before it starts to act up. So I know that doesn't sound like it's very far, but I'll keep it within, you know, visual, do what I need to do with it, and then keep dealing with DJI themselves to see what can be remedied, because I've tried all their settings and it hasn't fixed anything. So hopefully it's not something I have to return, but if that's the last option, their only option they could come up with, then that's what will happen. Of course, this is the remote for it. This is a battery that comes with it, so this is what I purchased. But this deal, I got this on Amazon. It's like 30 bucks if I'm not mistaken, and it's great. It's a little on the cheap side, like when it comes to like the finished product, but it works. It does its job, and it's not something that seems sketchy. So if you're coming up with options, if you're thinking about using the DJI version, which is like $90 as opposed to $30, you do get to save some money, so that's a huge plus. And like I said, I wouldn't recommend it if I haven't used it, but I have used it. Some things that I do notice like a little off is when you connect it here, make sure it's a good connection and don't have it move around. Like put it in a place that no one's gonna move the end that connects onto here, because it doesn't have like a really secure feel to it. But other than that, it's doing the job, and I'm saving, you know, what is it, 60 bucks? So that's a huge plus. Something I did get for this that I didn't get for the Mavic, and the reason why I got this is because I thought this thing wouldn't have an issue. So, and then I'm getting some filters. So you got this Polar Pro. Came with it's the filter 6-pack, like it says up here. It comes with a couple of ND filters, or it comes with 6 ND filters and 3 polarized filters. So that's gonna be great. I'll make some videos when I'm out there to show you the difference from just a regular setting filter that's on there as opposed to these. I flew it already. I haven't put the video up, but they definitely do a pretty good job on doing what they're supposed to do. So that's what I like about it. So again, this is a remote. See this? I'm bringing a couple of these because you always have to clean lenses, especially like the Sony lens or this monitor. Monitor gets dirty because you have to press it, just press your fingers on it to be able to go to the settings. So of course the lens is gonna get the monitor itself, the screen's gonna get dirty. So you just want to go ahead and keep that clean. But yeah, this is just an overview. If you have any questions, oh yeah, of course, this is the Hero 2, which everyone's like, what the hell, it's probably outdated. But underwater and like bright settings, it's pretty decent. You know, I don't record in 4K with this because I don't think it even has the options. But for something underwater wise would be cool. Like I said, I use it with this. Sometimes I'll take pictures with this. I'll attach this to the housing so this can record in 1080, and that's it. Or the Session 2 I can use, but this was just my powerhouse when I was doing underwater fishing, like snorkeling and stuff like that, and I was able to use that filter. I'd gotten this when it first came out, so that's the reason why I still use it. I have the Hero 3, but someone's using it right now on another drone that I have lent out. That's it for this video. So hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions for any of this gear that's here, or if I don't add a link and you have a question on anything that's here, please feel free to ask, you know, because if I don't have the answers for it, someone will, and always commenting always helps. So have a great day. Take care. Whoa, I almost forgot. Also, this is going to be my main channel, Damien David O, but I'm making a second channel. The second channel is going to be the trip channel. It's not going to be much talking. It's going to be more video, pictures, and stuff like that. And it's a dual video. It's not with just me. It's going to be a video I'm making, or a channel I'm making with this goober right here.
Hi!
We're not going to say what her name is yet, but once you start the channel, you'll see. It's just something we're experimenting with and seeing how it goes. She has her own channel, so it'll be a group channel. Like I said, it's gonna be my channel, which is a tech channel, then like a travel channel her and I are making, and she has her own video. I'm not too sure what her video is gonna be because I still don't get it, but it'll be good. We'll make it happen.
It's gonna be awesome.
All right. Do you know what's the name of your channel?
My channel? Queen of Love.
Is that really your channel?
Queen of Love with a 3 at the end, not LOVE.
Really? Okay. I've never seen it, so I gotta check it out. But we'll see how that goes. Probably like a bunch of product placement. No, I'm just kidding. We'll see how it goes. So we'll be in Northern Florida. Then she's staying here. Then I'm going to Texas. So it'll be